Well, first of all, I just wonder what. I'm just talking to Frank Vincent there. He's talking about what the intensity has been like in training this week, and he said he's really noticed it kind of ramp up a bit this week, especially after what had happened at the weekend. Is that something you've been asking for? Something you've noticed as well?
Yeah, I think that was probably our biggest reflection on the game. That when we came away, it was a game that I felt was a little bit uncharacteristic, certainly compared to the four games previously. And yeah, we almost looked like a very tired performance, and there was no reason for that. But we just didn't match runners, didn't do some of the things that I think we've done a lot of in previous games. And certainly with the ball, we lacked intensity all over the pitch. So it's something that I think we all reflected on and agreed on, and said that the first place to put it back right is in training. So lads have trained well, responded well. Disappointing result, but hopefully we can just use it as fuel to fire the rest of the season.
And I'm sure you and everybody else just sort of desperate to get out and play the next game, aren't you? Because I'm sure that after that defeat, especially with it being such a long way away from home as well, I mean, that must have been a miserable journey home, first off.
Yeah, it was. I've had better ones, but it was. But we also we don't want 90 poor minutes to define us as a team or to define the whole season. We know that we've played a lot of games, especially at home, that we've played some fantastic stuff, and it's to remember that, to go back to it, to understand why when we've been very good, and just to find those points again. So really poor day last Saturday, but it's time now to put it right tomorrow.
I guess that's the thing, isn't it? Just making sure it's a one-off, that those players kind of have that day, but then go right that wrong, and that enables you just to sort of close the door on it in a way.
I think so. I mean, with the games that we've got left, we have to put good performances in all of them. We play teams, some of which, like Kings Lynn, fighting for their lives. So they're certainly not going to come here and roll over for us. It's going to be a challenge. So we have to be ready for that. We can't underestimate any of the games that we've got left. I think that will create really bad habits. So we've got to have a mindset in this game as if we would have it in the playoffs or against any other team in the league. If we play, we played Chesterfield on TV in a local derby a couple of weeks ago. Mentality wise, attitude wise, I thought we were fantastic in that. But we have to be able to bring that in every moment, in every game, and that's our challenge now for the upcoming fixtures. Because on paper, we're obviously higher in the league and we're aspiring for playoffs, and the teams that we're playing are fighting for their lives to stay in the league. So on paper, people would say that we should win, but we know it doesn't work like that. We've seen examples of it. Dover going to Wrexham and scoring 5 goals and creating chaos. I know they lost the game. Kings Lynn have beaten Bromley recently. They've beaten Halifax recently. They've started to pick up. They drew with Solihull Moors. So I think since Tommy's gone in there, he's certainly got them very well organised, working extremely hard. So it's just no time for complacency.
It just strikes me as a fairly similar situation with the Barnet game, and I'm not saying you're going to go and score 6. I'm not going to kind of draw you on that, but it just seemed that you sort of needed a performance that night. You wanted to get a win, and it felt like you went out there and put in that performance to get a number of goals, which helped kickstart you again a little bit. Is it similar this week that after a disappointing one loss, admittedly, a one-off, but do you want to kind of get that big reaction again and get a big performance on Friday as well as just kind of getting the points?
Yeah, I think we've had a couple of moments during the season where we felt disappointed, and then we've generally responded well. We had those 3 games earlier in the season where we felt we had underperformance. We came out of that and then beat Stockport and beat Southend and Dagenham and Solihull, and created a good run. Then we had that break and we came back and we drew a Wealdstone and lost to Bromley, and then we responded well again there. Then we had the Stockport game. After the Stockport game was a tough week, we responded well with wins against Dagenham, Southend away, Boreham at home. So each time we've had a challenge, of course we've reflected on it, and I think we've come back and been strong. So we have to do that again and respond on it.
Any injury news updates or anything ahead of this game? How is everyone?
Everybody's good. It's just, of course, Kyle Cameron's working his way back to fitness. Still not training with the team yet, but building it up. Brindley's back. I think his X-ray was okay, so now he has like the next cast on. But of course, it's going to take. He's not in contact training yet, so I think it's just step by step. Probably it needs a week or so to build that up. Maybe join some parts of the contact and then maybe a few more weeks.